Ooh, excuse me. I'm starting the day off right. I got me some lavender tea. I got me some passion flower. And of course, the number one, rose petals. Blend that all up together. It's real good. If you don't know, it's real good for your health. It's good for a lot. Pain. It's good for detoxing you. It's good for helping you get your rest on completely, calming your body down, the nerves. It's good for digestion. It's good for inflammation. It's good for headaches. It's good for women. It's good for your period cramps. Cause I don't mix, but I blend all three of those together. So it's good for a lot. There's a lot of health benefits in that. You know what I mean? So let me get to it. So most people in life, they're okay where they at. Like, how, like, and when you went in school and you in the first grade, after that you want to move on to the second grade. You know what I mean? Even if you probably didn't go to school, whether you was in middle school, high school, you cut class or whatever, you feel me? And you still want to pass and go to the next grade because nobody want to repeat the seventh grade again, the eighth, the 10th grade again. You trying to keep moving with your peers, and that's how it go. You don't go from a man to a boy. You grow from a boy to a man. That's the cycle. Like, today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday. We're not going back to Sunday, to Friday. We got to move forward. Like, this is December 2004. After that is 2025 or January the 1st. We're not going back to November. Thanksgiving already passed. Like God said, all things should come to pass. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it as motivation and dedication to move forward. Most people in life, they're okay with being stuck. Now, me, I don't like to be stuck. You ever been in traffic coming back across the George Washington and you trying to get to the next best thing? I don't like to be stuck in traffic. I don't like to be stuck in a line. I don't like to be stuck. I got a life. I got to live. I got to move. And if I don't get things done today, I have to do what everything I do today tomorrow. I'm not about that life. I like to remove my problems, not make more. Life is too short. It's too complicated to be sitting here in all this heat just stuck here in traffic. You understand what I'm saying? So most people in life, though, they're comfortable with going nowhere. They are okay with just like a old drunk uncle sitting on the couch all day doing nothing, or a father that's home, but mentally he's not home. He just stays home and does nothing for the family. He doesn't contribute. He doesn't lead. His woman can't depend on him. Neither can the boy that's grown up to be a man. He got to get he got to get that masculine from a woman, because the father's not man enough to be the man in the house and lead his family. He's okay with doing nothing. I can never be comfortable with that. But there's a lot of people in this world who is, and they're around us. We have them in our family. We have them at the stores we go to supply and get our product from. We have them at the restaurants we eat from. We have them at the movie theaters. We have them at the schools, our job, our coworkers, our bosses, the basketball team, the football. We have them. We have them everywhere. Like, there's good in everything, and there's also bad in everything. We're surrounded by those lost boys, is what I'm gonna say. Some people want to say bums. Nobody. I'm gonna say lost boys. You feel me? The ones who just lost and down and out, and they just gave up on their dreams because of the problems they had already took the best of them. You know what I mean? Like a person who he feels so sorrow for his life, so he'll just keep going and drinking every day, feeling sorrow instead of getting up and doing something about it. And that's scary as you got the young generation, because we don't need them to repeat the same mistakes or worse. And if those are the teachers, we know it can happen. People who will sit there all day and they're like zombie land. They like cuckoo, boof. They have no brains forever to do something as motivation and dedication to inspire somebody. They just do nothing all day. They can go by all day living off of you. Wait for the wife to come home to do everything, cook, clean. You know what I mean? They do nothing all day. Got injured on the job and never want to get up and do anything else. Your life ain't over. So how you sit there and you can just give up on life like it's over? You know what I mean? Knowing you're going to be here tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and year, but you can't get it together. That's sad. That's a disappointment for a woman to be in a relationship with a man and he gives up on them. Because it's not just about him, it's us. One for all and all for one. If it ain't that, you're not living your life right hand to God till your righteous owner calls you home. You feel me? You give up on us, and it makes it harder for her who got to raise the kids, because she got to have a bigger dick now because the man don't want to man up. Like he a man, but he's sitting down to pee. Instead of standing up to pee, he's sitting down to pee. Where they do that at? That's unacceptable. So we got to understand the surround around us. We're surrounded by a whole bunch of lost boys, low lives with low vibrations and toxic energy who just self-destruct. And they don't mind because misery loves company. So they don't mind to open you a beer and hope you sit on the couch all day and talk nothing with them. Stand in front of the corner store all day and talk nothing with them. Stand in front of a building, smoke weed, doing drugs and going nowhere fast, just doing nothing all day. Gossip about everybody who doing something while they got nothing. Nothing for their wife, nothing for their kids, nothing for their mother, nothing for the father, nothing for the family. Like you can't even talk a story about him because he ain't ish. There's nothing there. We got to do better on raising these kids to making them think that people like that are cool, because even at times you might start idolizing somebody. You might want that person to be a role model, and they could be doing good, but what happens when that football career is over, or they don't make it after college or the high school? You know what I'm saying? They don't make it to the pros on the baseball. They end up going to jail and get the whole, everything, the scholarships taken from them. You know what I'm saying? That happened with my cousin and my brother. You feel me? But he still chose to stand up and be a better man. And I appreciate him for that. Most people would have gave up. Shout out to my bro Dex, because most people would give up. But he got up and continued to be the best man he can. And I'm happy because I can still look up to him and admire him for things. I can't say the same about everybody else. If I really need to call on somebody, I could call on him because he's doing better. I can't call on anybody else. So we got to look at it as actually standing up to want to do something about it now, because we here where we had enough of that toxic energy around our young generation. We don't need them repeating the same mistakes or worse. Understand? So it's like somebody in life. When I was younger, I'm gonna tell you the story about me and my homeboy. We either the same age or he a year older than me. Like I said, I grew up with everybody older than me too. You know what I mean? So it's nothing to me. But when we were younger and we used to smoke weed, like I said, I used to smoke weed. And say if I didn't have enough for a Dutch, you know, you'll ask somebody for $1, ask 2-3 people for $1. You know what I mean? And it's okay when you young, you 12, you 13. It's no biggie. You can't get a job anyway. You in the streets anyway. So, you know, it's like, oh, yo, you can spare me $1 or you got $1. There's nothing too crazy about that. You know what I mean? But you grow up. You have to live. You have to learn and do better and mentally grow. I see my bro. He's all out there bad. Like he's been on drugs bad for a while. Like he's graduated from other drugs than just weed. And I'm just saying from the looks of how he looked. Being with the wrong crowd, the wrong people, not growing up and doing better, it can happen. If you're around 6 losers all day, you could become the 7th one. You feel me? If you're around 8 failures all day, you could become the 9th one. So you can see that he chose to entertain the negativity instead of making progress and making process, and became somebody's project. So he still be out. I seen him, and I was over there working. I was out there getting my motivational speaking and exposing the secret society in the community uptown in the Ville. And he came down Gramberton, and he was still doing the same thing. We over here by Fats Chinese store. He's out there between the hair salon and all that, and asking people for dollars and change. And it's sad to see that as a kid, he never mentally grow up. He's like 37 years old right now, 36, 37 years old. He still chooses to do the same old cycle. We do not need our kids to be like that. That's crazy. You can easily get a job, any job. And you probably ain't fit for the best skills to get any job because you probably didn't graduate high school or you stopped after high school. But you could do something instead of begging people for change. Like you ain't got no home. You ain't got no mother to represent. That makes your mother look like people like who raised this kid. Like, you feel me? It looks bad for her. He can even collect bottles. Have a list of people on your block in your community who recycles bottles to save the bottles, and have you come pick up a day when they're full. You feel me? It's always something to do. And I just looked, and I couldn't even feel bad for him. I felt sad at the situation that he chose to give up on life like that, but I couldn't feel bad because he doesn't feel bad for himself. He's been doing this since we were like 12. You feel me? And it's sad to see that, but that's how it be when you don't mentally grow up and pay attention and focus and own your own destination. You know what I'm saying? You got to be your own biggest inspiration, be your own biggest motivation, and be dedicated to do better, or be another wannabe and repeat the same mistakes or worse as that. You know, so I'm going to tell everybody out there, stay on God time and stay off demon time. Stay off demon time and stay on God time. Remember, I got you, you got me, we got each other, and God got us. It's not a debate. It's not up for a discussion. Real recognize real. So say with me from your heart, your spirit, and your soul. I got you, you got me, we got each other, and God got us. This is North Saeed, God's plan. Up with it, let's get it. Now let's strengthen the bond daily. Till next episode, leave an upward in the comment and share. Aces.